quick heads up to this 5-minute quickie. As usual, it's longer than 5 minutes, and we're going to get you to consider something. That's all, just consider. I don't want you to make massive moves and get that great success that you're destined for. Don't I? Well, have a listen and find out. Okay, speak to you in a minute.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Cloughie. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you today about comfort zones. You know, you hear so many people talking about, oh, I'm in my comfort zone, or oh no, I can't go out of my comfort zone. I always think to myself, what? Because I want you to consider what a comfort zone is. If that's all we do today, is consider what is our comfort zone. And to really consider and find out what it really is. You see, it hit me a long time ago about these comfort zones, because I was listening to a fairly famous actor who had bipolar depression. And now I know that's a horrible set of emotions and behaviors to have. But the answer to, well, you've had it for such a long time. Haven't you found like a cure? And we don't cure things, do we? We just change things. But haven't you found a way of coming back to normal? And this person said, well, actually, I'm so used to being this way. I'm so used to being this way. It's my comfort zone. And, I don't know what's on the other side. And therefore, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to try to find a better way. Yet this guy was well on different spectrums of depression, then massive happiness, which was totally so far out of kilter with everyone else. It wasn't right either, and was doing some crazy things, and in some ways harming himself and others. Well, in all ways. Harming himself, harming others. But he wouldn't go over that line. And I thought to myself, now that's crazy. Now I know I'm not in that position. And I can look at it from a distance, like a meta view, as we call it. A meta view, that's a better way of pronunciation, Paul. So I thought to myself, well, why is this so? And how can we just think about it for ourselves? You see, when I did think, it's got absolutely nothing, nada, to do with comfort. It's the most inaptly named thing I've ever heard of, a comfort zone. I'm in my comfort zone. No, what it means is you're in your familiar zone. It's just familiar to. This is what you're used to. It can be absolutely a crock of, well, you know what. But I'm familiar with this crock of you-know-what of a life, and therefore, I know what to expect. But don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself that it is comfort, because it isn't. You're just familiar with this way of being. And if you were to know that and acknowledge it, not accept it, just acknowledge this is where I am at the moment. I wonder if I could just put this down for a moment and look what could lie beyond that imaginary line, imaginary boundary that we've put up, because no one else has put it up. It's ours. We've put it up. I don't know, there's probably a great positive intention when it was first put up, which was to protect us, to keep us safe and not put us in those positions that people can hurt us. But that was then. And we have a wonderful set of skills, and we can obtain a wonderful set of skills. We can be taught a wonderful set of skills. There's some great people out there, and it doesn't have to be just therapy. It can be. I'm in my comfort zone at work, but are you really feeling it? Are you feeling that you're contributing? Are you feeling that you've got somewhere to go? Have you got that aspirations? Well, probably not if you're in that comfort zone. You're just turning up. And that's not showing up, is it? That's turning up. Showing up is being yourself, your true self. And, being true to yourself. So I think if we could just imagine, because if you play with your imagination first, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing. So if we were to imagine laying down that comfort zone, supposedly comfort zone, and float up above it a little bit and call it that familiar zone with all those, and just remember the type of emotions and things, behaviours which are going on there. And notice what is available to other people maybe. What's available to them outside that zone? What could you learn if it was out there? What would you want to learn that would make a difference? How would you want to be if you could? Not say you're going to, not yet. But if you could imagine how you wanted to be. Because everything outside that familiar comfort zone is the solution. The solution to allow you to have the life that you want. Allow you to have the successes that you want. Allow you to have the dreams that you want. And all you have to do is notice then what you want. Set your intention to go and get it. And take action. We've talked about those 5 steps of success. You can go over those 100 times. But just know your goal. Take massive intuitive action. Be aware of your progress. Be flexible enough to change. And act from a psychology and physiology of excellence. See, that's how quickly and easily it rolls off the tongue. And it's so true. And when you do that, and you take just a little step, a baby step through that imaginary boundary, do you know what's going to happen? You are going to go, well, what was all that about? Look at what I've got now. You're going to have wonders. And just if you can imagine a circle, which is your supposedly comfort zone, familiar zone, if you were to just extend it by, say, 10%, a small 10%, that circle, the area of that circle would be a lot more than 10%, because things will change in all areas of your life, not just the one thing that you've decided to step through. It's amazing how things just grow, that you can have more fun than you can stand then. So that's just a thought. No real answers yet. We can talk about the real answers in a longer podcast. But until then, you first of all just got to get that idea that you can imagine floating out of your comfort zone, familiar zone, and peeking over that boundary, peeking over that wall that you've built. Imagine the goodness the other side. That's all you have to imagine. Imagine the goodness, the things that you want being there. And you'll notice then some thoughts will come to mind. You just ask the question, well, how can I achieve that easily? If it was easy, how would I do that? Great questions. And just get your old Jenny journal out and start making some notes. You don't have to do anything yet. God forbid were you to take that 5 or 10% little baby step and change your whole life for the good. Don't want that just yet, do we? You never know. Anyway, I've rattled on for a good 8 minutes, I think, here. So just something to think about. We'll take it deeper on a longer pod. But just think about that. It's not a comfort zone. It's a familiar zone. And let's make it a better familiar zone. And bigger and brighter. There you go. Have more fun than you can stand using your Imagineering. Okay. Speak to you real soon. Bye-bye now. Oh, and before you go, here comes that music. Just remember, if you got a little bit out of this, share it. Because you never know what other people need. You never guess. But everyone needs a little bit of something. And I'm sure there's a little bit of something hopefully in these podcasts. So if there is, and you got it, please share it with all your friends and a few of the other people that you don't like that much. Because they'll need it and they will become your friends. Also, just know that if you want those hypnosis tracks, all you have to do is go to paulcloughonline.com/podcast. They're all there for you, well over 30, all free, just go and use them as much as you like. There's great exercises, great hypnosis tracks that can help. And they're all linked to the podcast, so you can go backwards and forwards and know where they are. And while we talk about the old back copies of the podcast, why don't you subscribe to iTunes podcast or whatever thing you get it on, whatever platform, subscribe. It'll come and be there, sit there for you, waiting for you the next time with every new issue. And a lovely review would really help, because that's helped sharing into this wonderful world of integrated learning, just like sharing the podcast. Share by giving you a nice review. That would be awesome. Love it if you did. Love it. And the most important thing though is just enjoy. Have more fun than you can stand. Send me an email. Let me know how you're getting on. I'd love it. I keep saying that. Just enjoy. They all take a little bit of time to do, all of these things, but it'll be worth it. It's the best investment you'll make by doing those 3 things. Until next time, this is Paul Clough. Now let that lady speak.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.